Melissa Redpill on because I saw one of her posts on X, and I was like, man, she hit the nail on the head. She's over the target. And I know you're getting a lot of slack for this, right? A lot of people are beating you up over this.
I don't care.
I don't care either.
I know you don't.
That's what makes it different. But it's about that this attack, the Hamas attack on Israel, has been planned for a very, very long time. There's no way these paragliders can penetrate the Iron Dome. The Israeli forces stand down for hours. I don't know what the exact number of hours were, but I think it was like 7 to 9 hours, something crazy, to where these guys could fulfill the mission. To me, this has Mossad written all over it, and that's that. I mean, really, it's just so obvious nowadays. And if you just look in the right places, you can figure this out. But you uncovered something that I didn't even know about with the The Economist.
Yeah,
right?
I thought I had told you about that a long time ago. But yeah, that's really, once you see that, then it's like, okay, you're done. It is.
It's so obvious.
Okay, tell them about The Economist magazine for those of you who don't know.
Yeah, so there's been others. It's predictive programming. They've used that magazine to foretell things that are coming in the future. It's how the deep state talks in code to each other through symbolism, through covers on the magazine, through wording. That's how they all signal and talk to each other. That's what I've always known. I've been on this for, probably over 15 years, just knowing how they do this, predictive programming. And so no need to look any further than this, folks. Here we go. So you go and share the screen.
Let's do it. Yeah,
absolutely.
Here's the deal. Hopefully I get, Okay, so that's the cover right there. That's the cover. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. It's
a rough guide to hell.
Right. Yeah. Okay. It's a little blurry. I'm trying to make it a little less blurry, but anyway.
Wow. And there's the paragliders right there. Hamas on one side and Bibi on the other. Look at that.
I mean, that's Netanyahu's face right there. Y'all look it up. I mean, don't believe me. Go just search.
And look how it's and if you really stare at this picture, look how it's obviously Gaza just getting destroyed, but the whole world. It shows. It's basically foretelling World War III.
Right. Exactly. You see Assad. You see Putin going down like this this river of blood. Yeah. I didn't even bring that up today, but yeah. I didn't bring that up on this post. So for you guys who don't know, I'm Melissa Redpill. If you go to my X, pinned right now on the top of my X is this post. It hasn't really gone viral, but it's got like 50,000 views. Because I told my people, because we've been on Telegram, we're kind of starting to get our X account back. I said, you guys, you got to give this a push and help get this pushed out there, because there's a lot of people who don't understand what's going on, and President Trump can't say this. He's got to play high level strategy, and what he's doing, he's counting on us to be out there telling the truth, and exposing this stuff and catching some of this flack. He can't catch it all, So, all right. So,
and when you see that, I mean, really look at this picture. It tells so many different stories. Of how many people are going to be involved, what they're planning. This is like apocalyptic or Armageddon of warfare. This is like the end of the world. Look, it's a blood river, blood lake, or whatever this is.
They even got Simon Cowell. They even got Simon Cowell on here with two demons beside him. Isn't that crazy? And then look over here. You got the climate change deal. With the levers on the climate change, and then China and India are stoking this hell fire.
The euro sinking in the hell.
Yeah.
Do you see the boat there that says Pride with Obama on it?
Yeah, Obama's in that. Yeah, I think this is Romney right here with the rhinos. Right?
Yeah, with the that looks like does look like Romney. You're right. Mm-hmm. Trump's nowhere in there because they couldn't foresee him coming.
Right.
This is in 2012.
Yeah.
So.
But and another thing to look at is, I don't know if it's really blurry, but in the middle between the two paragliders they're like shooting at each other, and there's wrath. The word wrath, WRATH, right in the middle. So bottom line, it's telling us that Hamas equals Netanyahu. They're equivalent. They work together. They plan the whole thing from the beginning.
Right, and I agree with you on this. And a lot of people might be like, I don't believe this. Well, it's a chosen country. No, they're fighting the same deep state we are. It's the same thing. They're controlling the strings.
It's a proxy war. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that all these wars are proxy wars, right? So this is the thing. That's how they do a land grab. That's how they've been doing a land grab since 1948. Okay. So anyway, it's very obvious. I know, again, it's very blurry, but just go online, search Economist magazine. The Economist magazine is controlled by the Rothschilds. Okay, so whatever, it's very.
So clear. Right now, Trump bringing this peace deal has upset the game. So, from my understanding, this is really called their bluff because now the hostages are being released, the whole thing, this peace deal, and this is why I wanted to bring you on because I say, this is this season of that we could be coming into false flags. Obviously, they're already picking up the COVID stuff again. Trump went and got the COVID vaccine, which he obviously did not.
Right.
But he's having this, disinformation is key right now. But he doesn't want to, from my opinion, this is just my opinion only, he has to say that he took the COVID vaccine. He has to say that he's reinstated all these people to work for the CDC, which I just read the article today, because something's coming, folks. And it looks like they have to resort back to COVID 2.0, maybe. That's definitely a huge option because now World War III has been thwarted for the meantime.
Well, 10-10, we've been waiting on. I think that's the Mickey clock. 10-10. Friday was 10-10. We had the silver go to $50 per ounce. That can spell the end of the banks, the Federal Reserve, all that. That was huge. That happened, and then you get Melania on there, and she's saying that basically they got back channels with Russia, which is what 5 minutes ago we were saying the Russia hoax, whatever. So there's that, and then you also have the end of the whole war here, the whole end of this war, and I hope and pray that Netanyahu doesn't do some kind of funny deal. I hope he doesn't pull something because he's saying, we're not going to release any of our people, the 1,700 hostages until every one of the other ones are released. But, and I don't know. We'll just have to wait.
But Melissa, I mean, it's okay they release the hostages, and then he attacks his own country with a false flag or America and blames Hamas, says it was Hamas, and then it's back up again. This guy cannot afford to get out of the war.
Exactly.
He's a war criminal. He has to continue with this.
Exactly. So then there's that, and then we had, of course, what you just told me this morning. I didn't even know on 10-10 we had the Hegseth is going after Maduro and the narco cartel. So that's huge. I mean, this was what we've been waiting for. Now, Q did tell us, says they will fight, but you are ready, and I think that's one of the great things. We're now a lot of us back over on YouTube. A lot of us are back on X, and we're ready to fight, whatever we got to do until we get this.
Well, Michael Jago just told me one of his videos just got a strike, or one of his videos just got taken down. So they're still continuing.
Oh yeah.
Which is why I keep it safe, and this is on my back channel, and I don't trust it because a war could change any moment.
Right.
And I'm gonna show the link real quick because let me share screen.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna and when I get back, I'll share the post, the X post.
So I just want to show. Well, we were talking about Venezuela.
Yeah.
So here it is.
Yeah.
Here it is. So alert. This is U.S. Homeland Security news. Whether you want to think this is credible or not, I think it is. Alert: U.S. deployed over 10,000 troops to Puerto Rico, and forces from the 82nd Airborne deployed to Trinidad de Tobago near Venezuela. War Department will soon take Caracas and arrest Maduro. So this is. I mean, look at the troops right there. I mean, this is...
Yeah, this is legit. I grokked it because I don't really share anything until I just, for sure. And, this is what... Because, I don't want people putting out stuff and then we get a bad name and all that. So, that's legit. It's really happening.
It's too late for Sancho.
I'm telling you, this is the thing. We have, this is an act of war, what they've had on our country. They made the war against us. We didn't strike first when they're killing 300,000 of our people every year. All right, so now I want you guys to see the post, and if you will, go and help me to get this pushed out there. So this is the first part of it. Let me just get out of the way. All right, so here's my channel, Melissa Redpill, and so it wasn't really moving at all. It's 14 pages of receipts.
They probably throttled it.
Well, I don't know. Either way, so I told my people, I said, let's, you guys go over here and, go on every page and like it, share it, comment, bookmark it, whatever, to help get it into the algorithm. And then it did start to move. So it's got like 50,000 already at this point. So just basically why, October 7th, the proof that October 7th was an inside job, why Charlie Kirk was in danger, and what really happened in Gaza. And we've all been misled. So like I said, it may be that this is the first time you're seeing this, and so it's time to really look into this and find out what's the truth. There's been so many rabbit holes, so it's time to go down this rabbit hole, okay? So there I posted a video just basically saying that. And so here's the first page. The first page shows that the cover of the Economist magazine, and it shows this little girl. Okay, so let me just real quick.
Which he has no problem killing these little children.
It's
Look
just,
at this.
it's so evil.
And he can just drop. I mean, how do people not see this, man? Look at that sweet child. I mean, just disintegrating. How many hundreds and thousands of them so far?
It's so
Killing
evil.
them in rubble. I mean, they're children.
And it's 380,000 children under the age of 5 have been killed. And President Trump just said that today, that this, that's enough retribution. That's plenty. And so here it says, she says, it's obviously in Arabic. You can't really understand what she's saying, but so I'll read it. We're very happy for the ceasefire. I can't even get through this because it brings me to tears every time I read it. We're very happy for the ceasefire. I was overjoyed. We're happy that the war ended and everything is fine. Poor thing, she's surrounded by rubble. She's seen things in her life that I don't even want to look at on TikTok. I mean, and she's saying everything is fine. What a precious little girl. She's unbelievably resilient.
Probably lost family members, friends,
all
sisters, siblings. Yeah, dude, this is...
It's more real than I want to say. She says, I no longer have to be scared. Can you imagine? We can go out without fear.
I just think it's so sickening that somebody can just do this, and they follow these celestial events like the harvest moon. That's when Charlie Kirk got killed. The blood moon
and the biblical
harvest moon, and then last time right before October 7th, it was the solar eclipse. Was it the solar eclipse or the lunar, whatever?
I don't know.
It was the eclipse.
Well, there's been signs in the heavens, no doubt. There's been lots of signs in the heavens.
They move on that. That's when they make their moves.
Right.
And that's that's how you have their playbook.
Well, they love the precious, to harm a precious child. Anything that is holy, they want to wreck it. Whether it's a child or a holy day or something like that. That's why they use these days. They always try to hijack good things. Anyway, it says, we'll stay alive. Look at that. We'll stay alive. Can you imagine a 5-year-old having to think about that? We'll stay alive.
I just, it blows my mind. And there's so many, and I know you're a Christian, and I'm a born again Christian. I've been a Catholic my whole life, and I just trust in Jesus. That's it. I'm not a Bible scholar or a theologian or anything like that, but I admit that. But I'm sorry, but
that's not right.
That's genocide. It's genocide.
It's very simple. It's not complicated. Right. We don't need to make it complicated.
It's just the killing of people is wrong,
right.
And whether you believe Israelis or Jews or the chosen people, whatever, what they're doing is wrong.
Thank you.
And anybody with common sense knows this.
Thank you.
So,
and she said, look at what she says. She says, "Oh Lord, may we go back to our homes." She's speaking a prayer.
Not before they build a resort on it. Casino.
Well, trust President Trump.
I mean, what are they going to do with this land?
Trust President Trump. He does not want one nickel. He wants peace in the world. If anybody doesn't believe that, they missed. I mean, what do they not? What else do they need to see? The man took a bullet in the head.
This is when he's in most danger right now. This is the most. People need to understand that. Maybe a peace deal, but this is the most dangerous time right now. And
right. Well, before we go on, while you're on that topic, and I'll just say, he just left for Tel Aviv. And I think this is based upon Post 35. It says POTUS will be well insulated, protected on Air Force One and abroad, specified locations classified while these operations are conducted due to the nature of the entrenchment. I think that's what's happening right now. I really do. I feel like that's being played out right here.
Why this post? Just because he's traveling abroad?
Well, because the operations are being conducted, okay. Whether it's the operations of the military going against Maduro, the Russell vote dismantling the USA Corporation. I mean, just all of it, all of it. The arrests, and like I don't know if you saw that the LAX has just shut down.
LAX has shut down.
Yes, it says it was an outage. Anybody who believes that.
Really? I mean,
I don't know if it is still now. I don't know if it is now, but it was earlier today. It said, yeah.
Man, I don't think this is the time to fly right now.
No. And this is the thing. If someone's trying to escape, they're not going to be able to escape. See, Post 34 talks about that there will be prevented from being able to escape. So, and then there was another plane crash. I mean, it's just like, makes you wonder.
There was a small plane crash. I think it was a small plane.
It was a small plane crash. Thank you.
But yeah, like right now, I don't know if it's the time to travel. I mean, the government shut down. I mean, they're going to blame Trump for everything.
Right.
But everything's upside down right now.
Right.
I mean.
Right. So I really do think that's what this is. I just wanted to hear y'all hear the rest of this little girl, but you could just go over on my channel, Melissa Redpill, and share this. It's like I said, pinned at the top. Oh Lord, maybe go back to our homes. It's just precious little girl. This is her prayer that we'll go back to our homes. Look at the happiness on these children's faces, and may He safeguard our friends. She was not told what to say. This is clearly from her heart what she is saying.
But she's a terrorist, Melissa.
Oh, makes me crazy.
Yeah, they're all terrorists.
Yes, thank you, Nino.
Look at that little boy smiling.
So I know they're so happy, bless their hearts, so we can go out with our friends and have fun. And then she says, "In our homes, oh Lord." I mean, everything she's saying is basically a prayer. Yeah. And then you have, Dinesh D'Souza came out with a movie talking about that these children are terrorists. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm putting this
what is going
out
on with
there.
that?
And then Jonathan Cahn said that these are the dragon of the book of Revelation. And I was like, okay, game over.
Ben Shapiro, all of them are doing the same thing.
Right.
They've got to push the propaganda.
Yeah, she's a dragon of Revelation. There you go. Because they're saying that their flag has the colors of the four horsemen. So
they don't even know the difference. They're children.
Yeah, right.
They just want to go on they just want to go outside and play.
You can tell this child has not been brought up to kill people.
Take any of these children to America; they'll be Americanized within a week.
Thank you.
They'll love it. They'll go to McDonald's. They'll be doing the same thing any other child does.
Yeah.
These are not terrorists.
Thank you. She says we won't be afraid. We're not afraid. We'll remain here and we will go back to school. Just the sweetest little child you ever could see in your whole life.
Something tells me this. Just my hunch. I just don't think this is going to last long. What do you think, Melissa?
I hope you're right. I'm telling you, I'm
no,
over
it. You hope. You hope I'm wrong.
No, I hope. Oh, I'm hoping you're. I thought you meant that this is going to be over. We're going to be able to get.
No, I got a feeling. I just don't trust.
I don't trust Netanyahu.
I
don't trust him.
I don't.
Oh, yeah. Did you see this? Witkoff is out there, and the people booed him to scorn. Now, the thing is, Americans, because they've infiltrated, they've controlled the churches to, support Israel no matter what, and it's not Israel. They're not Israel. It's just, they've hijacked the name. These people are not true Israelites. Netanyahu's not. And so, anyway, he says the name Netanyahu. The people boo him off the stage.
Let's see. I heard about this.
To Prime Minister.
Oh, crap. Hang on. It's got to get it bigger, louder.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Oh, I can't hear it. It's not playing from. Well, I can hear him speaking, but not the boom. But I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, yeah. So he's.
And then when he mentions Trump, they cheer, correct?
Yes. Yeah, and he can't even get his words out because everybody's booing so bad.
So this is saving Israel for last.
Yes, and
this is it. This is the great exposure.
And it really started, to be honest, when with Charlie, the Charlie incident. And so before that, we had to get rid of the nukes in Iran, and it said that Iran was next. And then saving Israel for last. So what I think has had to happen is you have to get rid of these nukes so that they wouldn't be able to use them and say, Iran did it, and use Iran as the boogeyman and say, if we tried to stop the war, that they would do that. So they don't have that as an option now. Does that make sense?
Right.
Netanyahu
makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Anyway, so that's what I kind of think. Okay. So
what's the next moves from here? What do you think? What do you see unfolding?
Okay. So let me. Let me go through the 14 because I showed everybody. Look, we were told, like you were just saying, saving Israel for last, post 9:16, and it says that, however, the atmosphere within the country. This is in post 34. The atmosphere within the country will unfortunately be divided, as so many have fallen for the corrupt and evil narrative that has long been broadcast. Who controls the narrative? Right, the Zionists. They control the media, they control the schools, they've controlled everything, and people have been so brainwashed, they don't realize that they've been lied to, right? We've all been lied to. Anyway, so it says, we will be initiating the emergency broadcast system, EMS, during this time in an effort to provide a direct message, avoiding the fake news to all citizens. Organizations and or people that wish to do us harm during this time, during this operation, like it was talking about for post 35, that's the next post after that where it says President Trump will be safe during this time. Anyway, it says, anyone who wishes to do us harm during this time will be met with swift fury. Certain laws have been pre-lifted to provide our great military the necessary authority to handle and conduct these operations at home and abroad. Okay, so we're still, unfortunately, divided because people just have been brainwashed so bad. Okay, so this is something.
But we're not there yet. So obviously the EBS has not been used yet. So we're not at this threshold. We're at the threshold, but we're not at this climatic, big firework finale just yet.
Right. That's true. It sure does look like a 10-10 is something we've been watching for a long time, and it really does seem like this is it. And Red October is something we've been looking for. So it sure does look like it. We'll see. He just left. President Trump just left for Tel Aviv, so we just have to watch and see. Nobody knows really all this until it all plays out. Hindsight is 20/20. Anyway, so this man right here is a true Jew. He is a righteous man. He's a good man. He maybe does not understand everything about Jesus. Well, none of us do. Hello. And so he maybe, doesn't realize that Jesus died on the cross to pay for sin. Okay, that's fine. We have a disagreement on that, but he's still a very good man. He has fought and been beaten in the streets by these IDF soldiers. And bless his heart, he's got one tooth in his head, but he's constantly out there fighting to try to save these Palestinian children. I hope you can hear it.
Now is completely not welcome here in London.
What is your message to the Palestinians?
Our message to Palestinian people is thousands of Jews over the world, and the same thing. Thousands of Jews in Palestine standing for the Palestinian people, for the Palestinian rights. They are waiting for the dismantlement for the state of Israel. Of course, a peaceful dismantlement. Nobody looks for bloodshed like what the Zionists is doing. Everybody looking for peace, but we're looking for a peaceful dismantlement. We are not supporting a two-state solution at all. This is like somebody robbing away their house of other one, and then you say, let's make half and half. What means that half and half? This wrongness, what the Zionists took away the land from the Palestinians, should be rectified. The whole land from the river to the sea should go back for the Palestinians. And then Jews can live together in Palestine under a Palestinian government.
All right. Could you understand that? I know it's a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, he's on the side of the Palestinians. He wants to be on the side of humanity.
Thank you. Just like we live here, Muslims. You have neighbors who are Muslims and Christians and nothing and whatever. Everybody living together, and that's the way it used to be before the occupation in 1948. And that's what he's pleading for day after day after day. So this is a true Jew. This is a person who truly, he follows Judaism. And clearly the Zionists do not. They follow the Kabbalah. All right? So then the next thing, this is the thing, it's just awful. I'm not going to play the sound because it's really loud. But anyway, this is the IDF soldiers in the streets beating these people day after day after day. They're always, this happens all the time.
Imagine you saw that in America. The last time we saw that was Rodney King.
Yeah. They do this all the time. All the time. Ooh. This is their life over there. And because if you stand up over there and you speak out to protect these people who are in the biggest the world's largest open air prison cell, then they will beat you in the streets. Who was Anthony Bourdain?
Look at that.
Anthony Bourdain went to Gaza. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Anthony Bourdain, and I think that's why he got killed.
Yeah, you know what? Was he killed shortly after that, I guess?
I don't know how long it was, but either way, he exposed that it was the world's largest open air prison. He exposed that, and he's dead now. Anyone who comes out against these people, so that's what we're up against. All right, so this is the map from 1850. You hear people all the time, oh, it was never called Palestine. That's what the maps always have said. They called it Palestine. You look at any of the old maps, and they all say it was Palestine. And then when you look at the Balfour Declaration, again, this is on page 7 of 14 on my this thread that I put out, and it's pinned on my Melissa Redpill X. Here is the Balfour Declaration. It's not an agreement, sorry. It's the Balfour Declaration. Of course, this was written to Lord Rothschild, right? As if he's the Lord. Ugh, disgusting. Anyway, so obviously he thinks he is the Lord of the earth, right? Because, honest to goodness, the Satan has been the prince of the power of the air. He's been ruling. And in Revelation 11, it talks about that finally the Lord Jesus is going to come to rule the earth. He is the king, but it says in Revelation 11, he will finally assume his role as the king. So this guy, to be honest, he was the leader of Satan, Satan's top leader in this country. Now he's in hell, so whatever. It says here, I said, right, I don't play, right? Anyway, so November 2nd, 1917, Balfour Declaration. Let me see if I can scroll it up so you can see. Well, anyway.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. It says, I have much pleasure in conveying to you, on behalf of His Majesty's government, the following declaration of sympathy with Jewish Zionist aspirations. In other words, the Zionists to have this territory, right? And so he's not giving them the land. He doesn't have it to give. The only way you have it to give is if you go and you take it, right? But they said, oh, we're to convey to you the sympathy. You're not conveying the land, you're conveying the sympathy. Anyway, which has been submitted to and approved by the cabinet. Quote, His Majesty's government view with favor the establishment in Palestine. He called it Palestine in the Balfour Declaration. When someone tells you it was never called Palestine, well, then you need to tell Lord Balfour that he's to correct the Balfour Declaration.
Jeez.
Yeah, establishment of Palestine, they view with favor the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people, and will use their best efforts to facilitate the achievement of this object. It being clearly understood, this is very important, being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of the existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine, or the rights and political status enjoyed by Jews in any other country. You can't take away their home. You can't take away their rights. You can't take away their land. You can't do that.
What's your thoughts on Trump making it a resort, or what's he making? What is he turning it into?
So
I forgot the word.
Making it.
But I mean, obviously, there's going to be a lot of money poured into it by Saudi Arabia, other Arabs that are just going to build on this.
Right, it's not going to be a resort.
Who's winning here?
It's not going to be a resort. It's not. They might.
Well, what is it? But I mean, there's a lot of players involved that want to see this get built on.
Right, he might have led them to believe that. Let me tell you something. The people, he's playing high-level strategy, and when he's.
All right, so you're going to tell me he's going to let the refugees back in?
Yeah, they're not. They haven't left.
Okay.
They never left. Okay, so the people all over the Middle East knew that what was happening to Palestine was going to happen to them. They would be next, because these people would never stop. They would just keep encroaching until they took. I mean, the next thing they were going to do Jordan, and then just go on and on and on. Okay, so they know that these people have suffered horribly for 77 years. The Saudi Arabians have. I mean, have you seen how beautiful it is? You saw when President Trump went over there. It's beautiful. They have so much money. They do not need the money. They are happy to go and rebuild this. I mean, if you had the money like they have, you'd be happy to do this too. Your brothers and sisters have been, suffering terribly. So they're all going. They're going to do this, not for as an investment. They don't need any more investments. They don't need that. Right. They want Palestine.
But they had to stop.
Again.
But they're all in agreement that they had to stop Israel.
And right. So
and that was Trump's capitulation tour, right? When he went on the capitulation tour with all the Saudi Arabians.
Yes, that he was saying, look, this is what we're going to stop this from happening, so you aren't threatened too. And so they want this to be a stable place, so that this can't happen again, where this they can be taken over. It's very important that this gets set right for the first time. And before we go on to the next thing, I got to tell you, did you hear President Trump saying that this is a 3,000, something that's never happened in 3,000 years? He's saying 3,000 years. Now, a lot of people don't know what that means, but let me just say, it's super amazing. He said some people say 500, some people say 3,000. Do you know what happened 3,000 years ago? We've been studying this on my channel. I've written this book, Major Clues from Minor Prophets, okay? Oh, that's not the one. Major Clues from Minor Prophets.
Well, that's before Christ, so...
Thank you, yes. Before is 3,000 years ago, basically the people, around 2,800 years, whatever, 3,000. The people were in this land, and they were living, the 10 northern tribes and the 12 southern tribes were all living in the land, and they ended up worshiping Baal. If you remember, Jezebel and Ahab, they got the people to worship Baal. And so they were going to be snuffed out, because you cannot continually kill your children and not have the people, the society completely crumble. And so that's when the Lord said, I'm going to have to send you out of the land if you won't stop this. He told them this for hundreds of years to stop, and they wouldn't stop. This is the whole book of Jeremiah. He's like weeping prophet, because he's like, why are these people doing this? Anyway, so they ended up getting cast out basically 3,000 years ago. And I might have read this to you guys the other day. This is what, if you go to BibleGateway.com and you look up Deuteronomy 30, okay? This is what Moses told the people before he went to heaven. He said, look, when you take the land, remember, like they were, they're Canaanite cannibals in the land. He says, you've got to kick out all the Canaanites. And if you don't, you're going to start living like they do. Anytime you hang around somebody who's doing evil, you're going to end up doing evil. He says, but listen, I know that you're not going to listen to me. he was telling them that in Deuteronomy 30. He says, in the future, when you experience all these blessings and curses I have listed for you, and when you are living among the nations to which the Lord has exiled you, take to heart these instructions. We've been exiled since 3,000 years ago. Our forefathers were cast out of the land. And he said, you've got to learn the lesson. And not only for you, but also that people all over the world, we've got to get humanity where they will not do this evil crime against humanity. And we're finally at that point. We're like, we recoil at the thought. You're like, you've got to be kidding me that people would try to, harm their children. Anyway, he says, when you do, take this to heart. If at that time you and your children return to the Lord your God, and if you obey with all your heart and all your soul, all that I've told you today, then, get this, the Lord will restore your fortunes. He was looking forward 3,000 years, everybody. He was looking forward to today, what we're experiencing right now. He will restore your fortunes. He will have mercy on you and gather you back from the nations where he has scattered you. If you look in James 1 and 1 Peter 1, everybody, you will see that it says the letters are written to the scattered tribes. You are part of the scattered tribes. All he's looking for is like with this man that didn't have any teeth. He's one of the scattered tribes. He loves God. He just maybe doesn't understand all the fine nuances. Anyway, and Jesus, look at this. Let me tell you what John 10:10 says. The thief, this is what John 10:10 says. Look in your Bible. It says, the thief comes to kill and to steal and to destroy. But I have come to give them life and abundant. And it's not just for you personally, which it is, yes, for you personally, but it's also for the whole world. He wants this world to be beautiful. He wants this world to be, for everyone to have what they need and everything no wars and all that, and everyone to be well. Anyway, he'll have mercy on you. He'll gather you back from the nations where he has scattered you. Even though you were banished, exiled to the ends of the earth, the Lord your God will gather you from there and bring you back again. He will return you to the land. It's not about dirt. It's talking about where you'll have freedom and peace and health and wealth, okay? And you'll possess the land again. Again, they keep thinking about dirt. It's not about dirt. It's about restoring. So this is what I believe is where we're witnessing. This is what he's talking about when he says it's the biggest thing. He says nothing bigger than this will ever happen. What does he mean? He's meaning the restoration of humanity from exile and the casting out of these evildoers. I mean, I've been talking about this forever. This is the truth. And so, for those of you who don't know, this is the decode of Revelation. They've been lying to us about Revelation, and I'm telling you, I know the truth about it. All right. So then, this is what the Balfour Declaration was saying. He says, listen, the people cannot have their rights abused. Well, let's just be honest. They have been. They have had all their rights taken away from them. And I'm going to show you what happened. Have you seen this?
This is how Israel...
Okay, I'm going to mute it. Have you seen this?
I have not.
Oh my gosh, this is huge. And if you post this, I mean, the people come out and go crazy. So this is what happened in 1948 when Israel went in to start to occupy.
The 6-Day War?
Well, whatever, in 1948, when they
the 60s was the 6-Day War.
That was later on. Yeah, that was in the 60s. Yeah, so this is the Mediterranean Sea right here, and this is the Jordan, right? So you've got whatever. So when they started to take the land, and they little by little started to literally they would go to someone's house, and they would with a tank, and they would say get out, and they would mow that person's house down. And that's all there was no option except to leave. And if you didn't leave, if you resisted, they would throw you in prison, kill you or throw you in prison, one or the other. So right now, 1,700, who are these Palestinians who are coming back from Israel? Well, it's all these people who were thrown in prison without, unfairly. So this is what happened over all these years. Uh-oh. I hit the wrong button. Okay, let me go back. Where is it? Okay. It doesn't want to go now. Now,
Right.
now it's like, okay, I'm not going to work for you now. Okay, here we go. Okay, I just need to scroll down. So here is, yeah.
This is how
I'm going to mute it.
since 1948.
Look at this. It's just little by little getting gobbled up. Every person's house.
Right. Look at that.
And you see, in 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Yeah.
and until they're just like in a little
Wow.
postage stamp, just reduced to this little tiny area that they were in. So this is what they call the West Bank, the Bank of the Jordans, because the Jordan is right here. And so these people right here in this little area, but what they've been obviously attacking recently is this Gaza Strip, which is down here. I know you can't really see it, but
I see. I mean, this is little by little.
yeah, that's what they've been
Give
doing.
them an inch, literally taking a mile.
And they just got eggs, right, miles and miles and miles. Yeah, exactly. Let me try to move this thing out of the way. I don't like have that thing on the screen. But yeah, that is the truth of this. And I'm telling you, whenever I've posted this, the people come out and crazy, like, no, that's not true. Well, it is the truth. This is the truth of what has been going on against these poor people for all this time. And so the people in the world, all over the world, know this. It's just the Americans who don't know this.
Right. Of course.
It's maddening. It makes me crazy.
It is. The Americans are so asleep, so sedentary, obese. All they care about is their McDonald's and their Netflix,
Right. Well, and the problem is
Entertain me, bread and circus. Just keep
Well,
giving them
and-
bread and circus. The football, the basketball.
Right. It is. It's a little maddening. It is, because you're trying to talk to
mean,
someone
really.
and they're just not even with it. Right. It's maddening. But the other thing is, everyone's been so brainwashed, and they just believe what they're told. So that's a little frustrating. So that's what I said on that little clip at the very top of this pinned post is, please, it's time to really look at this, and look at every page on this 14-page thread and think for yourself and not be led around by the nose by these people. Anyway, so here's a video that part of a video that I did, I think way back a year ago, where I'm talking about when President Trump talked about Mahmoud Abbas and how he was so respectful to him and talked to him like he was a father. He says, after 5 minutes, I knew that he wanted peace. He would do anything to bring peace. And he talked to Netanyahu for 5 minutes, and he said, you don't want peace, do you? And he said this. President Trump said that. That's on post number 9 of this 14 thread. I won't read the whole thing, but anyway. And he was calling him Your Excellency and all this. He's telling us. But it just, most people don't listen.
The one thing I'm thinking about is what's going to happen, who's going to be Trump's successor, because I just, this might be great. These people need to all face justice. We cannot leave any of them. It's like when you fumigate for termites. We can't leave one of them.
Right. Right.
And I'll be honest with you, the one I worry about that's a little suspicious to me, Melissa, and I don't know about what you think, but is Jared Kushner. I don't think I trust that guy. I don't know how you feel about it. I have no proof on this. It's just a sneaky suspicion. That's just what I get. I just feel like there's something wrong with it.
It is so hard to know. It really is. There's a verse that Jesus said not to judge before the time, because he will bring everything to light when he comes. And so I just trust that when all this, literally, what my contention is, this is Armageddon. If this is Armageddon, then he's going to clean house, and the righteous will be safe, and the evil ones will be punished, and then everything's good. I mean, we're not going to have it anymore.
You got to have your faith, 100%. I do too, but I mean, it's just. It's all happening. I mean, it's all happening according to prophecy right now.
It is, exactly.
It's so crazy to me.
Right, it is. And so this is the thing. I mean, I never touched the book of Revelation because I didn't understand it. And now I do. And I do know the Bible. I know it literally backwards and forwards. So this sign right here happened September 23rd, 2017. 1 month later, Q started posting. This is the sign in the rosary that you have said probably countless times. I'm not even Catholic, but I was reading the rosary at a funeral one time. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's got Revelation 12:1 and 2. Right here, there was a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet and 12 stars on her head. She was in labor to be delivered. This is us birthing this kingdom. And I had,
Right.
I didn't realize that was in the rosary. They were trying to tell us in the rosary, like you go round and round and round and round and round and round. And it's like at the very end of the rosary, you see this beautiful
Yeah,
sign.
so it's like
and
celestial.
we're here finally at the end of it. We're finally to this point.
Wow.
And, yeah.
Good point,
Isn't
man.
that-
I never thought about that.
Isn't that
yeah.
cool? And then actually in the Old Testament.
Wow, because you are going around the rosary, the round and round and round and round. You're right.
I know, I'm telling you,
How
I've been right.
insane is that?
I
Oh
know.
my gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I about flipped.
And this
yeah.
happened in 2017. I remember this.
1 month
remember
later.
this clearly, yeah.
1 month later, Q started posting. Now let me tell you something. In the Old Testament, it calls this sign the woman in labor 18 times. Because I'm reading the Old Testament, I'm like, didn't it just say the woman in labor? And the woman in labor, it says when they see the woman in labor, which is this, and this is what Beyonce acted out this in the Grammys Awards. She
Yeah,
was
I remember
pregnant.
that.
She lays back in the chair. She's doing this like that, as if she's in a chair like this. They know that they thought it was their moment of victory over us, but it's not. They realize now, as it says in many places, it says when they see the woman in labor, they'll be in panic. They'll be terrified. Their faces aflame with fear because they realize we're on to them and we're not stopping. We've been banned off of this. We've been, people criticize us.
off this, off
we're
that.
not stopping. We're not stopping. We're not going to live in a world where they're hurting the kids. We're just not. And
Nope.
so, anyway, so this is and hopefully more people are going to wake up from this video. I hope and pray that they do. But yeah, this is what I talk about in the books. And over on melissaredpill.com, you can find out more about this. Okay, so, but yeah, some of these people. Okay, I better not go there. I better try to calm myself down. All right, so this is why Charlie was in danger. Because he started saying this about the IDF, why it was a stand-down order. He asked that question. Okay, I'm going to play this short clip because this is really important that people understand that.
18-year-old with an A. When I first heard this story, I still had the same gut instinct that I did initially. I find this very hard to believe. I've been to that Gaza border. You cannot go 10 feet without running into a 19-year-old with an AR-15 or an automatic machine gun that is an IDF soldier. Right? The whole country is surveilled. And so let me just kind of go through this. We don't talk about Israeli politics very often, and most Americans don't know this. The last 9 months, Israel was on the brink of civil war. It's not an exaggeration. This judicial stuff, there were hundreds of thousands of Israelis taking to the streets because Bibi Netanyahu was basically redefining the Israeli constitution. That's not an exaggeration, right? He said the judicial branch has too much power. There were protests planned this week against Netanyahu, where they anticipated tens of thousands of people to take to the streets. That's all gone, Patrick. Netanyahu now has an emergency government and a mandate to lead. I'm not willing to go so far that saying that Netanyahu knew or there was intelligence here, but I think some questions need to be asked. Was there a stand down order? Was there a stand down order? 6 hours? I don't believe it. Israel's the size of New Jersey. When I took a helicopter ride from Jerusalem to the Gaza border, it's 45 minutes. Wow. 6 hours. They're live streaming the killing of Jews. Did somebody in the government say stand down? That is a legitimate, non-conspiracy question.
Yep. See you later, buddy.
Which you're not allowed to ask.
Right.
Especially if you're as successful, effective as Charlie Kirk.
Yep.
And then you're going on campuses where the kids are already awake. And
Yep.
it had to be shut up, okay? So
It had to be stopped.
And this is the thing, he's asking this question, and it's based upon the 2012 Economist magazine cover I showed you. They were working together, Netanyahu and
Yeah.
Hamas. And President Trump
Absolutely
knows
intelligent.
this. If I know this, President Trump knows this. He knows what they've been doing. And that video I showed you where they've been gobbling up the land all this time, he knows this. And so there's a post, it says, how do you cage a dangerous animal? These people are freaking crazy. If they had not been able to do what they did in Gaza, which is abject evil, they would have pushed some freaking nuclear weapon.
Right.
They would have blamed it on Iran. And it's just got to be dismantled piece by piece by piece. And eventually
Which
we'll all
is
know this.
happening surgically right now.
Yes, right. Okay, so then I showed this precious little child. It just breaks my heart. 83% of the buildings in Gaza City are destroyed. Look at this place. It's like hell.
And they're going to go in there, clean it up, and build.
But it's for the people. I really, trust me on
Okay,
this one. It's
all
for
right.
the people. It really
we'll
is.
wait and see, right?
Let me tell you something. There's people in Saudi Arabia do not, they hate more than I do. And I hate it with a passion. They hate what has happened to these people, the Palestinian people.
BB must be furious right now.
Oh, he's so mad.
He must be just.
Something had to happen,
He
to
must be
get him
seeing red smoke coming out of his ears. He must be just going insane right now.
right. And so,
And then he's got to be worried about his life.
oh, there's so many people who would kill him. It's not,
Yeah.
anybody I ever talked to who's Middle Eastern, they would all just like, they would kill him so quick. But that wouldn't solve it because he's just a spokesperson for the cabal, right? But
right.
okay, so this is the thing. I think that President Trump went over there and he's so strategic, and he's always like, oh, Netanyahu's working for good, and he's always doing this. He's expecting us to see through it. But he says, oh, Netanyahu, I know that.
Don't look at what I say. Look at my actions.
We don't want. Thank you. He says. I'm thinking. He said something like, "I don't want you to be in danger, so we'll bring over our troops to make sure that those mean old Hamas people don't do anything." Right? Something like that. And then what's he going to say? Right?
100%.
Right, he's going to have them come over there to to stop and make sure basically that Netanyahu does what he says he's going to do. And now he's trying to pull this fast one, trying to say, oh, we didn't get all of our hostages or whatever. We're going to watch and see what happens. But 680,000 dead. 380,000 are infants to up to 5 years of age.
Gosh. 680,000 dead? Hold on. 680,000 dead.
Yep.
And how many are infants?
380,000. Yep.
Infants from the bombing in Gaza.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
The whole thing is rubble. The whole thing is just rubble. So, and I hate it, but we've lost hundreds of thousands because of the fentanyl. That's why I'm saying all of this that they've been doing to attack us, they've been attacking Venezuela, they've been attacking Gaza, all of that it's go time as a 1010. I just posted a video on my channel, you guys. Go look at it. It's 1010. I go into everything that happened on 1010. Plus the silver hitting 50. I mean, that spells the end of the banks. It really does. So anyway, this sweet little child. Look at this precious little child lost both of his legs. It's more than I can stand. So this is the beginning since the beginning of the war. Oh, wait, we don't really call it a war. Call it a massacre. This is what's happened to the land. Just completely obliterated. Just piece by piece by piece by piece. So that's over there on post 11 of 14. All right, so this is the one I want you to see. Let me see if there's anything else I want you to see before. Yeah, great. That's it. So, okay, so let me go back through that one. All right, so this is the one I want you to see that is from Revelation 2:9, which you already know this. I've said this on your channel many times. There's some who say they're Jews, but they're not. They're of the synagogue.
I've got a hard stop in a couple of minutes.
Okay, all right. So I want you to see that. That's post 12. And then 13, this is the last one, basically. There's a movie out by Dinesh D'Souza called The Dragon's Prophecy, where he's basically giving the Zionist talking points about October 7th and about how the Palestinians are evil and that they are...
So, both sides... So during the whole Biden presidency, the left was exposing itself, and now... now we're seeing during Trump's presidency, we're seeing Israel expose itself and all the mouthpieces that work for Israel.
Thank you.
Wow.
And so as soon as I saw that, I saw this. I'm like, I've got to come out with this post, and I just pray and please everybody go on there and like everything and share everything and bookmark it. It really does help to get it into the algorithm when you do that, because people have to understand. Then do not support this movie. And that it's called The Dragon's Prophecy, because basically, in Jonathan Cahn, C-A-H-N, I'm just gonna call him out that he's a C-O-N. He's coming out and saying that that precious little child I was just showing you, that they're the dragon of Revelation, and he knows better. It's not that he's deceived; he's a deceiver. I'm just gonna say it. This is the children. Oh yeah, they're the beast of Revelation.
Yeah,
they're the dragon.
The beast right there.
Yeah, these people.
Playing.
All right. There you go.
Children.
Then this is the book. Like I said, here's my book, End Times and 1,000 Years of Peace. That's they've throttled me so many times, but I don't care. I'm just going to keep telling the truth.
Melissa, thank you.
Yep.
I guess everyone finds you at the site you just gave, right?
MelissaRedpill.com. Melissa Redpill on X. Let's pray. I know you got to go. You ready?
Okay.
Let's pray. Thank you so much, Lord, that you are the king of the world. No longer we're going to be run by these evil people and that they're having their boot on our throat. Thank you that this is the end of the exile and that this is the day when, as you promised, that they've come to kill and steal and destroy, but you have come to give us life, not only for us in America, but for people in Venezuela and Gaza and all over the world. This is your promise that just like you told Moses to tell us that when we are in these lands all over, scattered all over the world, that there will be a day when you will restore our fortunes, and we know that we're right there at the door of that. Thank you for President Trump and all that he's doing. Bless everyone on Nino's channel and on mine. Just all the true patriots, help us to get the truth out and just wake up the people who still don't understand what's going on and they've been so brainwashed. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Melissa.
Love you.
Love you too. God bless.
All right. Bye, guys.
Recording